Welcome back friends to your Techhandy channel. Please like and subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates. This video is part 2 of Active Directory migration from Windows Server 2008 environment to Windows Server 2016. I recommend watching part 1 if you did not watch it already. In this part, we will migrate our existing RODC server from Microsoft Server 2008 R2 to Microsoft Server 2016 with retaining same hostname and IP. As per our migration steps, we will first review our existing RODC server before migrating to find out which roles are currently managed by RODC Server 2008 R2. That will help us to install and configure our new RODC server. As we can see, the server is currently only holding the Active Directory and DNS role. Next, we will confirm which servers are holding FSMO roles. To check that, run the following command on your domain controller command prompt. As per the result, Schema Master and Domain Naming Master roles are running on DC02. PDC, RID and Infrastructure roles are running on DC01. We are good to proceed to the next step. We will now log into our fresh install Server 2016, which is already updated with all recent patches. We will first assign a temporary hostname and IP to that and join to Techhandy domain. Later, when we will decommission the existing 2008 R2 RODC server, we'll replace the hostname and IP which were assigned to the existing Server 2008 RODC. The machine is now assigned with temporary hostname and IP. We are also able to join the machine to the domain successfully. As per our next step, we will install Active Directory RODC and DNS role on the new server. Select Manage in the top right and select Add Roles and Features. Check the box next to Active Directory Domain Services. On the Add Features that are required for Active Directory Domain Services dialog, click the Add Features button. Then, check the box next to DNS to install the DNS role as well. Next, head back to the Server Manager screen and select the warning icon with the flag, then select Promote this server to a domain controller. On the Deployment Configuration page, make sure Add a domain controller to an existing domain is checked and hit Next. Check Domain Name System, check Global Catalog, and mainly check Read-Only Domain Controller. Enter a strong password to be used to access Directory Services Restore mode and click Next. Next, you can add a list of accounts that are allowed to replicate passwords to the RODC. It's best practice to keep the list limited as you can, and only a few accounts should be allowed to replicate passwords to the RODC. Click Install on the Prerequisites check page. Server will reboot after installation complete. Forest and domain will upgrade during installation, and not be manually required as in older versions. Our new RODC is successfully configured. Let's jump to the next step of decommissioning the existing server 2008 R2 RODC. In real environment, give some days to monitor the new RODC server before decommissioning the existing server. Click Start, Run. Then type DC promo and click OK. Make sure to delete this domain because this server is the last domain controller in the domain is unchecked, and click Next. Type in a new password to be used for the local administrator account the machine will contain after it is demoted. Check the Reboot on Completion box to restart the server after the service has been removed. Log back into the RODC upon reboot and open up Server Manager. In Roles Summary, click Remove Roles. Uncheck Active Directory Domain Services and DNS Server and click Next. Select Yes on the Do You Want to Restart Now dialog box. In the next step, once the server comes back after restart, we will disjoin the machine from the domain. To disjoin machine, open Server Manager and click on Change System Properties. Check Workgroup, type in a workgroup name, and click OK. Click OK on the warning dialog. Click OK on the Restart dialog. Click Restart Later on the Microsoft Windows dialog box. Shut down the machine instead and make sure the machine will remain powered off. Also delete the machine object entry from Active Directory and DNS. Finally, let's rename the new 2016 RODC hostname and IP as the existing 2008 R2 RODC. Click OK on Rename warning. Rename the name as RODC01, which was our old RODC hostname. You might see an error, the account already exists. This is because we are using the old RODC name and the old RODC entry is not removed from our domain sites. Once we delete the entry, we will no longer see the same error. Server needs to restart after rename. Once the server comes back after restart, we will change the IP to our old RODC and verify if the entry is updated on our domain. Make sure the temporary hostname IP entry is removed from DNS. Also, perform manual replication between domain controllers to sync all domain controllers. We have successfully migrated our read-only domain controller from Server 2008 R2 to Server 2016. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. Stay tuned for next part of the Active Directory migration video series.